Welcome back to Power Plays Podcast, where we dissect Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power, one law at a time, so you can move smarter through life's power games. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jamie. We've covered Law 1, never outshine the master, and Law 2, never put too much trust in friends, learn how to use enemies. Today, we hit Law 3, which is one of the most practical and sneaky effective ones. Conceal your intentions.
Greene states it plainly. Keep people off balance and in the dark by never revealing the purpose behind your actions. If they have no clue what you're up to, they cannot prepare a defense. Guide them far enough down the wrong path, envelop them in enough smoke, and by the time they realize your intentions, it will be too late.
This one feels almost like magic trick advice. Why is hiding your real goal so powerful? Can't people just see through it?
Most people are terrible at reading hidden motives. They're too busy thinking about themselves. When you broadcast your intentions openly, you give others time to counter, sabotage, or steal your idea. Concealment creates uncertainty, which is a weapon. It forces people to react to shadows instead of your actual plan. The less they know, the more control you have.
So it's not about lying outright, just strategic vagueness?
Exactly. You don't have to fabricate stories, though sometimes you do. You can use misdirection, decoys, partial truths, or simply say nothing. The goal is to keep them guessing while you move toward your objective.
Let's start with the big transgression example from the book, the one where someone revealed too much and paid for it.
Perfect. Greene uses the story of a 16th century Italian nobleman named Count Lodovico Sforza and his dealings with the French king Charles VIII. Sforza wanted to use the French army to crush his rivals in Milan, so he invited Charles to invade Italy, promising easy conquest and riches. He laid out his plan openly: help me take Milan, and you get glory and territory. Charles agreed, invaded, but once the French were in Italy, Charles realized Sforza's real intention was to manipulate him into doing the dirty work, while Sforza stayed in the background. Charles turned on Sforza, allied with his enemies, and Sforza lost everything, exiled and ruined. By revealing his full strategy up front, Sforza gave Charles the map to betray him.
Classic backfire. Show your hand too early and the other player folds yours against you. What's the observance example, someone who concealed brilliantly?
One of Greene's favorites is Otto von Bismarck in the 19th century. Bismarck wanted to unify Germany under Prussian leadership, but he knew openly pushing for war or dominance would unite Europe against Prussia, so he concealed his intentions masterfully. He provoked 3 short, seemingly unrelated wars against Denmark 1864, Austria 1866, and France 1870-71. Each time he framed it as limited, defensive, or unavoidable. To the public and other powers, he appeared reluctant, even peaceful. Behind the scenes, every move was calculated to isolate enemies, weaken rivals, and build Prussian power step by step. By the time people realized his endgame, German unification under him, they were too late. He became the Iron Chancellor without ever announcing, "I'm going to conquer and unify Germany."
That's surgical. He let events look accidental while steering them. Are there modern parallels we see today?
All the time in business and politics. Think of a tech CEO who publicly talks about expanding into new markets while quietly acquiring key patents or poaching talent from competitors. Or a politician who campaigns on bipartisan reform while methodically stacking committees and drafting legislation that consolidates power. They keep the real prize, market dominance, a legislative supermajority, hidden until it's locked in.
So how do you actually do this without coming off as shady or untrustworthy?
Greene gives 4 main techniques. Use decoys and red herrings. Talk up one goal loudly while pursuing another quietly. People fixate on the obvious. Noble gestures and smokescreens. Act generous or idealistic in public to mask self-interest. People assume good intentions. Play the honest fool. Pretend to be naive or straightforward so no one suspects calculation. Lure with false sincerity. Show partial openness, share small truths to build trust, then withhold the big picture.
Give us a breakdown with examples for each.
Decoy. A company announces a major partnership with brand X, but the real play is to distract competitors while secretly negotiating with brand Y for a better deal. Noble gesture. A negotiator donates publicly to a charity tied to the other side, appearing altruistic while using the goodwill to extract bigger concessions behind closed doors. Honest fool. In salary negotiations, you act surprised at the low offer. I didn't realize the budget was so tight, making them feel superior and more likely to reveal their real limits or sweeten the deal. False sincerity. You confide a vulnerability. I'm really stressed about this deadline, to get the other person to lower their guard and share more than they should.
These feel like they could cross into manipulation. Where's the line?
Greene's view is pragmatic. Everyone conceals to some degree. The question is effectiveness and self-preservation. If you're too transparent in competitive environments, business, politics, even some friendships, you get exploited. Concealment isn't always deceit. Sometimes it's just discretion.
Let's make this super practical. Everyday scenarios where concealing intentions wins.
Scenario 1. Job interview. Don't say, I want this job to launch my side business using your resources. Instead, I'm passionate about growing in this field and contributing long-term. Hide the exit strategy. Scenario 2. Negotiation. Salary, deal, contract. Never reveal your walkaway number first. Float higher or lower anchors. Act flexible on small points to conceal what you truly care about. Scenario 3. Dating or relationships. Early on, don't broadcast, I want marriage and kids in 2 years. Let them wonder about your long-term intentions. It keeps them engaged and revealing more. Scenario 4. Creative projects. If pitching an idea, don't show the full vision board. Tease one angle, like it's about community impact, while the real monetization plan stays hidden until funding is secured. Scenario 5. Conflict at work. If someone's undermining you, don't confront directly and reveal your anger. Stay calm, gather evidence quietly, then strike when you have leverage.
What about the reversal? When should you reveal intentions?
The reversal. Sometimes revealing your plan shocks and demoralizes opponents or rallies allies with bold honesty, but only when you have overwhelming strength or surprise is impossible. Greene cites rare cases like military ultimatums. Most of the time, concealment is safer. Also, if you're in a weak position, partial openness can build trust to gain allies. But even then, keep the endgame foggy.
Any final stories or quotes that tie it together?
Talleyrand, again, he was a master of this. Napoleon once said of him, I have never known what he really thought. That ambiguity kept him alive through 5 regimes. And the ancient Chinese strategist Sun Tzu, all warfare is based on deception. Concealing intentions is deception's foundation. Bottom line, the more others know about your plans, the more they can block them. Keep them in the fog, and you control the battlefield.
Powerful. Listeners, have you ever won by keeping your cards close? Or lost because you showed too much too soon? Drop it in the comments. We love those stories. Thanks for tuning in to Power Plays. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next for Law 4. Always say less than necessary.
Until then, stay unreadable.